Hello, everyone. I just want to take a moment, read a passage of scripture, and I got a couple of different announcements that I want to make. So I was thinking about Luke 9 that we read this last week on the Lord's Day, and Jesus is foretelling his death here to the disciples in verse 43. Now it says, well, they were all marveling at all these things that he was doing. So they witnessed the transfiguration. There was a healing of a boy with an unclean spirit. It says Jesus said to his disciples, let these words sink into your ears. The Son of Man is about to be delivered into the hands of men, but they didn't understand what he was saying. It was being concealed from them so that they might not perceive it. And they were afraid to ask him about it. And then an argument arose among them as to which one was the greatest. But Jesus, knowing the reasoning of their hearts, took a child and put him by his side and said to them, whoever receives this child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives him who sent me. For he who is the least among you all is the greatest. So the point is that the child was looked at the least. And that's why he was using the child as an example. And I think this move to online services and stuff really, we've been focusing on a lot on adults and in the Zoom meetings and some of those things. And I know kids got a lot of things to do with school and stuff like that. And I don't want to add more to their plate, but certainly on the Lord's Day, I think we can have something directed just for them. We don't think they are the least of these. I mean, we want to accept them. We want to teach them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a kids time, and we're going to stream that on Sunday morning, starting at 9:00. It's going to start with a preschool time, and then it's just going to move more to an elementary time. So the first, I don't know, it's not very long, first 15 minutes or so are a children's preschool time, and then there's more of an elementary time that goes along with it. It's called Blueprints is what we're doing. It's a really exciting. It's an 8-week long curriculum. You can learn about this. You can read about it. You just go to bethelmbchurch.org/kids /kids KIDS, and you can watch the promo video there. You can download. There's some coloring pages, some workbook pages. There's the songs that go along with this too. You can get the MP3s of the songs. You can kind of learn them before the week starts, before the time on Sunday morning, so that your kids can sing along. There's even actions that go along with them, and parents can work on that. There's a family sheet that you can use to kind of go through this after they watch it. Just go check it out on bethelmbchurch.org/live. I think it'll be good, and I think it'll be good for our young people. And I know that the kids in my house are excited about it. They've checked out the first one, and so another thing is the number that you always receive text alerts from us is 888-410-5007. It's the same number now all the time that we use in our church for that. So there's a lot of features that you can use with that number, since that is our number. For instance, we can take polls. We did that the other day. You can just text words to that number. Like if you're not on our update list and receive our updates, just text the word update to that number, and it'll subscribe you to that list. Now you can text the word give to that same number, and it'll do you can do your online giving through that number, and it is very safe. It's very secure. We're going through a company there called Payment Spring, I believe, and they're managing all of that part of it. You can choose to give through a credit card or a ACH. If you do the ACH, it's the fees are very minimal for us. So we would appreciate if you do that. You can set it up for a one-time deal, reoccurring. It is kind of a neat. You just text the word give. It'll come back with, I think the first time, maybe how much you want to give. And then it'll say, since this is your first time, it'll give you a link, and then you just kind of fill out your information there. And once you do that, then afterwards, you just you can put give 10, and it'll give $10, and it'll go into the general fund. So it will make sure that you want to do that. You can't accidentally do it, but it's a pretty exciting thing, because it's all kind of goes back to all the same number that is related to our church. Also, want to remind you about Wednesday evening tonight, our Zoom meeting at 7 o'clock. I tried to email an invitation out to everyone. Hopefully you got that. Also, put it on Facebook. I texted that information to you as well. If you're having issues there, you can contact me. But don't forget about that. We'd love to see you on that Zoom meeting tonight. Also, don't forget about Secret Church Friday. I think it starts at 6 o'clock. Just head over to secretchurch.org and you can register for that. You can register for that event at secretchurch.org. It's a really easy thing. I think for two people, it was about $20 to register for that. So remind you also, when you go to the checkout, it's wanting to automatically send you a copy of the booklet that goes along with that, with the notes for the lecture time, the teaching time. But in that, instead of choosing media mail or whatever way you want it sent to you, there's an option there to get a PDF copy. And then you can just download that and do it yourself, because it probably won't get here by Friday night. So want you to be aware of that, and really appreciate all of you and the way that you pour into our church and pray for our church. And I've heard a number of people longing to get back together and kind of making plans for that. And I don't know when that's going to be, what it's going to look like, but we are anticipating that. We are looking forward to getting back and worshiping together. But at the same time, we're making the best of the time that now that we're social distancing and spending time apart. So if you ever need me, you ever want to visit, you ever want to talk, always available for you. So don't hesitate to reach out. So thank you.